What is up, fight fans? I am Jason BURGOS for Sherdog.com, and tonight I am joined by a man getting his first big-time main event opportunity on Friday at Bellator 242. On that night, he will face off with UFC veteran Sergio Pettis in a bout between two of Bellator's best at bantamweight, and a fight that should make one of these men a clear top contender to the division's championship. And that man is New Jersey's own Ricky Bandejas. Ricky, thank you for the time to talk this major opportunity ahead of you.
Thank you, man, for having me.
Now, this fight is pretty big for you in a lot of ways. Sergio has the established name. He's headlining a UFC event, big ticket free agent for Bellator. But after 6 fights of the promotion, you get your first headlining gig with them. And it's the organization's first event after being on pause from the pandemic. How meaningful is this moment in your career? Is it one of those kind of like major signs that all the hard work is paying off and this major promotion now sees you as a main event caliber fighter?
Absolutely. When you start this career of being a professional fighter, this is a big step, a big goal, being a main event, being champion. So it just shows I must be doing something right if, we're here.
Now, you train at Out of American Top Team, one of the very elite MMA gyms in all of the world. However, the gym is located in what you could say is the new American and global epicenter of the pandemic. I have no doubt you were taking all the precautions you had to going into this fight, but we just saw the virus hit Sanford MMA pretty good. Gilbert Burns lost his title shot. Mike Brown wasn't in Jorge Masvidal's corner because of this whole thing. How much of a concern was this for you going into those first tests with Bellator, and was it even, say, more stressful than making weight? Because you and your cornerman could very well be having it and not even knowing, and did you take any like out of the ordinary specific precautions just to be on the safe side so this damn thing didn't cost you a lot of money?
No, I felt like if I started doing that, coincidence, I will get it. I just want to be doing everything I do. And we took the test. I got the results a couple hours ago. Me and my cornerman were all cleared. So, I know in Florida was spiking. A lot of the gyms, a lot of members at the gyms were getting it. So, the family was a little nervous that you get it, the wife, because then you miss out on a fight. But
yeah,
I felt like if you think about it too much, you might jinx yourself.
How have you been enjoying having to quarantine your room for 12 to 24 hours?
Nah, it was pretty rough, We went to got tested, you had to stay here until a good 24 hours. You start losing your mind. You can only watch TV.
Is there anything, did you come prepare for that? Like, okay, yeah, these 2 shows on Netflix, I know I can watch this shit for a while. At least that's something.
Yeah, my father brought his Fire Stick, so,
right.
we had time to click around and watch some stuff.
All right, fair enough. Now, 2019 was a tough year for you in having 2 high-profile fights that you fell short of. However, at the end of that year and earlier this year, you bounced back in a big way, 2 straight first-round finishes. After the 2 losses, did any self-doubt creep in at all? Or if not that, did the wins set your mind at ease that, look, what I'm doing here in terms of training and all this stuff in my career, I'm on the right course. Those losses happened, but I know after these wins, I'm going in the right direction I was always supposed to be.
Absolutely. The main thing was switching gyms, but going to ATT, I mix it up with the best in the world every single day, and it just reminds me, mentally that I'm ready and I can hang with these guys. You got the 2 losses. Unfortunately, sport, a lot of things can happen. You can lose anyway, last second of any round. So many things can happen. So having these 2 wins, that built my confidence, but going to a ATT really skyrocketed my mindset.
And when you go to ATT, I know you've been there for a few fights now, but when you go there, is there like, oh shit, like, why wasn't I here a long time ago? This is a lot harder than I thought it was, and even to this day, because there's so much insane talent, it's like you feel yourself progressing through, like, tough fighting and hard moments and moments where you're getting your ass whipped and stuff like that. Like, even today, you're constantly learning because there's so much insane talent there.
Absolutely. Between talent, every day practice is a hard one, and then the knowledge. Those coaches, they got unlimited knowledge.
Yeah.
They have so many little tips to teach you where you almost feel like you didn't even know anything about MMA.
As far as this division, you really have been thrown into the deep end from the start with your time with Bellator. You've gotten James Gallagher, you got Juan Archuleta, and Patrick Mix, all when they were red hot. Now you get handed another big name in Sergio Pettis. Where does Sergio stack up compared to those guys? Is he the best yet? Is he the best of those? Is he maybe the most well-rounded, or is he maybe not the best, but he offers a specific challenge you haven't encountered at this level yet?
I think he mixes up just as well as them. Each of them had their own talents. They're all well-rounded, and Pettis too. He brings a lot, just like Archuleta and Mix, and even my past opponents. They all bring a threat. In MMA, like I said, you can literally get hit with a punch or submission at any second. So everybody's dangerous.
Now, he doesn't like jump out with like maybe crazy highlights or anything like that. But what do you feel is like his strongest attribute? Archuleta does have some pop in his hands. He has the good wrestling. Gallagher has the grappling submission game, and Patrick Mix also has a submission. Like, what is it that stands out for you at first glance, and the thing you most have to be careful with Sergio? Is it just he's a very good striker? He's a good points fighter? Is he's a great scrambler? Great, catchy on the ground? What is it?
I think he's got looks like he has real fast hands, and he goes quick for submissions. So he's good at capitalizing on the mistake.
Sergio has faced a lot of world-class talent. We're talking Cejudo, Benavidez, Moreno, Fon, Formiga. However, of those 5 names, he's lost to 3 of those guys, and those 3 are all very different fighters. When scouting him, are there things in those losses, or maybe in his close wins, you look at and you feel like, yeah, I can do that, and I can blend it in with my style and take advantage just like those guys did?
I didn't see anything specific. I just saw that the other guys were a little more aggressive, and okay. I didn't notice any reason, anything specific on what I could capitalize on.
Reports were that Patrick Mix and Juan Archuleta were originally going to be the main event of this event for the vacant 135-pound title, but Archuleta couldn't make the date. Those 2 men are your last 2 losses and your only losses in Bellator. Chances are the winner of this fight is next for a title shot. Obviously, being in the main event with a known name, likely title implications, that's more than enough motivation. But does the thought of getting a revenge fight against either of them in a title fight doesn't creep in the thoughts as a little extra motivation for this fight?
Yeah, not so much a title. Title's great, but to redeem a loss to one of those guys is what I'm really looking forward to. I'm hoping we go out Friday, have a great performance, move on, and get one of those L's back.
Now, I still got to ask about the title because there is so much in this fight that it has an influence on what could come next. But Patrick getting a title shot, it makes sense. He's been a beast so far in his career. Won 2 fights in Bellator, won the Rising, kind of all the same thing. First round finishes in that time. Now, Juan is a very talented fighter, but he has only fought at 135 in Bellator once against you. And in general, not that many times he's fought at bantamweight recently. Are you at all bothered that he is likely going to get that title shot for the vacant title right after just fighting for the 145-pound title? Does part of you feel like the winner of this fight should be fighting Patrick Mix for the belt, or are you kind of cool with it because he brings name value, he's talented, maybe you feel he deserves it?
Yeah, I can see where he deserves it. He's got his record's real well. He beat me, and other than him and Mix, I've beaten pretty much most guys in the division, if you do MMA math like that. And knocked out Dantes, who was former champion. Even though it was at featherweight, he was one of the top mixed guys at bantamweight.
Now, good chance, like I said, if you win this, you're going to fight possibly one of them for the title next. What are your thoughts on that matchup between Patrick Mix and Juan Archuleta? You know them very well. You face both of them. Who do you see coming out on top being the bantamweight champion in that possible fight?
I don't know, man. It depends on, like I said, luck. Mix is a guy that capitalizes on, once again, you make a little mistake, he'll submit you. But if Archuleta can just dance around like he always does, then he could maybe steal a win.
Now, going back a little bit to the idea of getting revenge, do you have a preference? Is there one or the other you'd rather see more in a possible championship match?
Yeah, I would like to fight Pat Mix. He's undefeated, and I'd like to be the guy to take the 0. As for Archuleta, he has lost before, and if you see the fight, some people say I might have won, or it was a close competitive fight, which I don't think I won, but I know it was competitive. But Mix, man, I had 1 minute in there. I didn't get to show anything. that bothers me,